Welcome to Shop Stop. Today we want to talk a little bit about wire welders. They've certainly become a lot more popular in recent years than the old stick welders that we're used to.
Well, and we're going to talk about the different wire options that you have available and the gas necessary to operate a MIG if you're going to run the gas option on it.
You got a couple choices. You're either going to run gas or you're going to run flux core type wire, and then when you get to gas, then you've got what kind of gas are you going to run with it. And each one has its advantages and its applications as well.
Yeah, most your non-flux core wires are a copper coated wire, and they run fine with a straight CO2 gas, but if you're going to want a better looking weld, you can opt up to a 75-25, which would be 75% argon, 25% CO2, and then if you're going to go on up to a spray arc weld, then you need to go to like a 90-10 or something like that to make a good spray arc. But if you're outside welding, you probably want to opt for going with flux core. And one more thing I want to say about the gases before I leave that is that if you go to an argon mix, your cost is going to go up quite a bit when you purchase your gases. So a CO2 will make a fine weld. It's just the argon does make a prettier weld, and then we'll show you some examples of that here in a minute of the three different types of wires.
Like Wayne said, if you've got wind conditions, if you're welding out maybe at the edge of your shop or outside where wind can blow, then that's where the flux core comes in real handy, because the wind will blow the gas away and now you've lost your shielding on your wire, and the flux core fits really well there. The other advantage of the flux core, if you're just running around the home shop or something like that, is you don't have to worry about the gas. When you're out of the flux core, you can just run down to your local farm supply or handy store, hardware store, and pick up some more wire, and you're good to go there. But make sure you know which application you want. The flux core is going to be probably the least clean of the welds that you would see, more splatter than running the gas.
Yeah, it's also more expensive than running just the wire, but you, like I say, you don't have the expense of the gas. Now here are the different wire and gases. This top weld is welded with the 75-25, 75% argon, 25% CO2. You can see it's cleaner. It's got less splatter. That's the word I'm looking for. Splatter. I always worry about that one. And then this is with the straight CO2. You can see it's a little hotter, and it's not as pretty a weld. And then over on the back side, you can see this is a flux core weld where it's got slag over the top of it, and then it's got a large amount of splatter. And then I've cleaned part of it off to see the actual weld underneath the slag. But and also this flux core burns a little hotter, so you can't do as thin a sheet metal as you can if you use the gases.
So there are a few options for your wire and your gas selection on your wire welder, and how to use those in those applications. That's it this week on Shop Stop. We'll see you next time.